some chill music in here for the introduction. It's a bit on the loud side though. Hello! Welcome to the first video that's not a stream for this Advent of Cyber 2024. It's been a bit of a different one this year. Honestly, we've been doing a lot of streams so far. I did 2 streams with like days 1, 2, 4, and 5. This video is going to be day 3 and a bit of an introduction of just how we're doing it this year, because we're doing it a little bit differently than we did last year, just because of the way this Advent of Cyber is laid out, as well as some other things here that are part of this. So, I'm not going to be doing the NVDA speech logger this year, mostly because that can show up anywhere, and there's a lot of like just being in the web and being in different windows, and it's just a lot of upkeep for me to make sure that it's actually visible. So I'm just going to make sure that speech is audible and it's slow enough for people to understand. Captions, like we're usually doing automatic captions for these generally. I'm very open to doing more of this, but I need to sort of make a time balance between time and effort and the amount of time and effort that I have to spend on this month. I am a lot busier this year than I was last year, so that's why a couple of things are slightly different. So accessibility wise, honestly, nothing has changed since last year. So a lot of the things we did last year are still going to be relevant for workarounds and things. Obviously, they may not work in this year's machines. I already got a comment on last year's day 16 video about the SSH trick I used there. And yeah, they asked if that was going to work on every machine. No, probably not. No, that was very lucky that we found that on those machines. And we're gonna have to see if there's even need for any of that this year, because most of it's going to be blue teaming, which I'm going to admit is not my favorite, not my forte either. So for me, this is a bit less fun than it would have been last year. I will also say that I think blue teaming is absolutely doable once you get good at it with the screen reader. The main issue with blue teaming from a blindness perspective is that you're doing a lot of sifting through large amounts of information, and sifting through large amounts of information is really great if you can really quickly zip down the screen with your eyesight. Not so good for a screen reader that sequentially reads everything line like left to right, top to bottom. Like it can absolutely be done. You can essentially just like use a bunch of regular expressions in your NVDA or JAWS dictionary files and make a whole bunch of stuff go faster. You can learn all the hotkeys of the trait of the tools that you're using with, if they exist. You can change the order of columns around. I just don't think it's necessarily always going to be the best fit if you don't want to have to do a whole lot of setting up your tools. Now, I personally am more of a red teamer. I don't really love sifting through large amounts of information like this. That's why I'm definitely not the best person for the job to do these videos this year. I just think I'm the only person who is doing them this year for accessibility perspective. So it's come down on my shoulders regardless. A couple of other things that I have decided to sort of do. Like, one thing I've noticed is that the accessibility issues sometimes cluster. For example, there's like 3 or 4 days where essentially we cannot do the entire thing because the entire thing plays within a Windows virtual machine that you have to do a bunch of PowerShell things on. And in the spirit of staying with beginner-friendly things, I'm sure there's ways of hacking into that to get a shell, but we're not doing that this year because that's not what you're meant to be doing. We're trying to stick with the beginner perspective of, if you know a little bit of this stuff, you can probably make this work relatively well for yourself. And if you don't, then you're gonna have a hard time. So I'm not gonna do all like the advanced things that you could probably do to make this better, because that's not what we're here for. We're here to show off what a beginner would do, which may very well mean that at times we're doing the walkthroughs, because that's just the only way to do them, like sanely. I might lump those days where that's a thing in one video. So the playlist is going to be a little weird. It's going to be like 2, 3, no, 1, 2, 4, and 5. This is going to be 3. And then it's like, I think through like day 6 to 12, there's like 4 ones that all do that same thing of we're covering very different topics, but the accessibility is the exact same issue. So I may honestly just lump those together in one video once we get to it. We'll have to see. Later on, I see, like, obviously this is not going to be a 1 day, 1 video situation because we're already like 2 weeks in and we only have like 4 days recorded so far. Again, I have more to do this year. I just haven't had the chance nor the motivation, honestly. Like, this is a lot for me to do as well. There's a lot of accessibility hurdles this year in a topic that's a bit less interesting for me, honestly. So it's hard to honestly get myself to do these because there is so little progress made. I still see alt texts missing. I still see alt text outright being bad. I still see no fixes for any of the problems that we encountered last year. So it is a bit of an uphill struggle for me to even make these this year. Gonna be very transparent about that. I do want to do them because no one else is, and I do enjoy it once I do get started. But yeah, it's a bit much sometimes. It can be a bit much. Now, today, the music is currently playing because I'm doing an intro. I'm going to be turning that music off once we start getting into it because I have been told, that some people are really distracted by the music. This is lo-fi music, but still, I don't want that to be an obstacle for people. So the music is going to go away once we start into getting into the task proper. So that's a difference from last year as well. And with that, I think we covered all the differences. So I'm going to do this day, the second log analysis. I may be sort of referring back to the initial stream we did, because that did essentially the exact same thing with the exact same user interface. I'll have to see how that progresses, but yeah. Let's just go and get into it here. It goes away. And we're just going to be me talking for a bit. Let me find the correct window. Here it is. Oh, I'll take you quickly through the setting up the elf voice, because we obviously need an elf voice if we're doing these story segments. Let's have a look. We start by pressing this button.
Hello. No, I'm not an elf.
Now.
Do that? Yeah, that's good. And make it a bit fuller. And there we go. Elf voice.
Okay. Day 3 is what we're covering today. I'll turn the speech off for the moment because we don't really need it for this bit. Let me scroll down to the right task. Let's see. I don't think we need the elf voice for this video, but now you have, a little sneak peek into how I do this stuff. Dialing knobs and getting sounds is what the name of the game for that particular bit. Wouldn't it be funny if none of this is actually being recorded? I did testing, but you never know with these things. You never know. All right. So this day is called Log Analysis Day 3. Even if I wanted to go, their vulnerabilities wouldn't allow it. The story. There's an image that says task banner for day 3. We don't get to know what's on the task banner as usual. Let me skip this. Let me put the video away to have that not be in our view. Click here to watch the walkthrough. We'll not be doing that quite yet. Today's AOC challenge follows a rather unfortunate series of events for the glitch. Here is a little passage which sets the scene for today's task. Late one Christmas evening, the glitch had a feeling. Something forgotten as he stared at his ceiling. He got up out of bed and decided to check a note on his wall. 2 days in snow sack. With a click and a type, he got his hotel and tickets. That's fast. and sank off to sleep to the sound of some crickets. I should have gotten a cricket sample for this. Luggage in hand, he arrived at Frosty Pines. To get to the conference, just follow the signs. But I can't read them, I'm blind. Just as he was ready, the glitch got a fright. And RCE vulnerability on their website? Question mark, exclamation point. He exploited it quick and made a report. But before he could send, arrived his transport. These lines strain to rhythm. Excuse me. In the Frosty Pines SOC, they saw an alert. SOC, but it's like an SOC, but just now, whatever. This looked quite bad. They called an expert. The request came from a room, but they couldn't tell which. The log saved the day. It was the room of the glitch. Oh no! Now we have a graphic of a image that says Frosty Pines Hotel graphic. Ah yeah, that's a good alt text. I totally know what's on this now. In this task, we will cover how the SOC team and their expert were able to find out what had happened. Operation Blue, and how the glitch was able to gain access to the website in the first place. Operation Red. Let's get started, shall we? Okay. Learning objectives. Learn about log analysis and tools like ELK. Learn about KQL and how it can be used to investigate logs using ELK. Learn about RCE, remote code execution, and how this can be done via insecure file upload. So we only talk about RCE being an abbreviation that a beginner may not know. Okay, gotcha. I guess I will have to see. Well, maybe they'll explain them later, but I think ELK is like Elasticsearch, Kibana, and Logstash, or log something else. And then, was another one that we saw that we couldn't immediately... KQL is like Kibana query language. So there you go. Did your work for you, TryHackMe? Good job. Connecting to the machine. Before moving forward, review the questions in the connection card below. Graphic that says AOC connection card. A VM and attack box needs to be started. Okay, that's a bit better than the ones we've seen in days 1 and 2 so far. It's, at least it says what we're supposed to be doing. Click on the green Start Machine button below to start the Vulture machine. Oh dear, the virtual machine for the practical. The practical VM may take 5 minutes to become accessible. Start machine. We did it. All right. You will also need to start the attack box by pressing the Start Attack Box button at the top of the row. Now, I don't think we do. You can connect to your own machine by using the TryHackMe VPN. Yeah, I just realized that we forgot to do that, so let me really quickly start Viscosity here and get that connection set up, because I have completely forgotten. I put my speech on my headphones real quick so I can do this without you guys having to hear the yammer. It's not something you need to worry about when it's actually not relevant for the video. Let's really quickly get this working. It shouldn't take too long. I see no Twitch. The good thing about me not streaming this is that this has no cause of like interrupting the video. I just start it and it'll work fine. In a second, we'll get a notification that says, okay, we're connected. And if that doesn't work, then TryHackMe is broke. Oh. Something just blew up. All right, well, that's the start. That's good. That's perfect. Did Chrome die? Chrome totally died. No, it didn't. No, it didn't. We're fine. NVDA did die, though. So I lost Brill. Let me just restart NVDA real quick. This is the life of doing these live. I'm not going to edit this. I want this to be like the raw experience. It's also a pain to edit videos as a blind person, but I want this to be sort of the standard thing. So yeah, that's that. Sometimes your screen reader crashes, and that means that you lost the spot you were in, and a couple of other things that just go wrong. That's fine. That happens. Okay, for some reason, my Rails play is still not quite doing what it's meant to be doing. It's having a bit of a movement. So I shall reconnect it so we can read all the text. There's a lot of text in these. Even when I decide to lump some of these together, which I may very well do, there it is, it's back. It is more than likely that it's just going to be a lot of reading and not a lot of doing, particularly because it just is not very accessible. Really isn't. Like, that's one of the reasons why I honestly am having a hard time getting myself to do these. Nothing got better. I have so many Edge tabs open in the meantime. Let me just really quickly get to Chrome again so we can continue. There we go. Here we are. Okay, let me go back to where we were. The machine has started. That's good. So we have our VPN. We don't need the attack box. I'm relatively sure if we do need it, we'll get it when we need it. I'm pretty sure we don't need it though. I'm pretty sure we're fine. So let me get back to where we were. Yeah, here we are. Okay, yeah, here we are. You would also need to start the attack box by pressing the start machine button. Alternatively, blah, blah, blah. We just read that. We're not going to use the attack box because the attack box is useless for this. I think the only thing you do on the attack box in this task, and I did read ahead a little bit so I can plan these videos better. I'm pretty sure all you do is you just go to a website on their Firefox browser, which we're not going to be able to do, so it's no point opening it. Operation Blue. This is pretty good heading-wise. Oh, we just gotta pop it from NVDA. There we go. In this section of the lesson, we will take a look at what tools and knowledge is required for the blue segment. That is, the investigation of the attack itself using tools which enable it to analyze the logs. For the first part of Operation Blue, we will demonstrate how to use ELK to analyze the logs of a demonstration web app, Wareville Rails. Feel free to following along for practice. That's the wrong tense. Well, it's the right tense, not the right mood. Would progressive be? I don't even care. Log analysis, an introduction. ELK. Log analysis is crucial to blue teaming work, as you have likely discovered through this year's advent of cyber. Yup. Analyzing analyzing logs can quickly become overwhelming, especially if you have multiple devices and services. ELK, or Elasticsearch, Logstash, and Kibana. I was right! Combines data analytics and processing tools to make analyzing logs much more manageable. I don't know why I can't say the word analyzing today. ELK forms a dedicated stack that can aggregate logs from multiple sources into one central place. Explaining how ELK collates and processes these logs is out of the scope of today's task. However, if you wish to learn more, you can check out the Investigating with ELK 101 room. For now, it's important to note that multiple processes behind the scenes achieve this. Yeah, so Elasticsearch is a search tool, obviously, to sift through a bunch of information. Logstash is pretty much that. It's a bunch of logs that it handles. And then Kibana is what we looked at in the day 2 tool. It's like a dashboard to keep it all together. And that's honestly why I'm not intending to do much Kibana work today. It's very similar to what we did on day 2. Like, you add filters, you do other things, and we did a little bit of that. We saw it is somewhat painful to do. Like, we'll probably have to do it to get maybe a question today, but we're not going to be messing with it too much. I do believe that the instructions on this particular one were a little bit better, so we might just follow along in that sense, but yeah, we'll see. For now, where we were? Oh, yeah, here. The first part of today's task is to investigate the attack on Frosty Pines Resorts Hotel management system to see what it looks like to a blue teamer. You will then test your web app's skills by recreating the attack. Okay, using ELK. Upon loading the URL 10.10.24.88 5601. That's the particular instance that we have to use. I opened that in a new tab. Within your attack box's browser, see, this is why we're not using the attack box, you will be greeted with the ELK homepage. For today's task, we will use Kibana's Discover interface to review Apache 2 logs. To access this, simply click on the 3 links located at the top left of the page to open the slide out tray. That's not 3 lines. Okay, so yeah, it's an hamburger menu, basically. Under the Analytics heading, click on Discover. Okay, well, we can do that much at least. Here's the Elastic page. I will turn the speech on at this point because it might be helpful to have that perspective. I'll also slow it down a bunch.
Speech mode menu collapsed submenu help menu collapsed submenu newsfeed menu all I toggle not press collapsed toggle primary navigation.
So the 3 lines for screen readers is the toggle primary navigation, which has a aria expanded on it, so we can
banner landmark
press
primary
that.
pinned links list with 1 item visited link home out of list step expanded heading level 3 analytics.
So here's the Analytics heading.
Analytics region primary navigation links analytics list with 7 items link overview.
And we got
link
overview,
link
discover, dashboard, canvas, maps,
link machine learning,
link
visualize
and
library.
visualize library. It said click discover, so we would do
link
that.
link dashboard link discover lit dismiss enable security elastic document out of list out of region banner landmark menu collapse
Blah 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 blah.
no
blah,
next
blah,
heading
blah,
at level
blah.
1.
Is there a heading above the discover
Main
section?
landmark, no results match
No
your
results
search.
match your search. Okay, well,
Try.
That's good.
Speech mode off.
Click on the discover. We did. There's a graph that says click on discover. The graphic, sorry, that says click on discover GIF. Wonderful. We will need to select the collection that is relevant to us. A collection is a group of logs. For this stage of Operation Blue, we will be reviewing the logs present within the Wareville Rails collection. To select this collection, click on the drop-down on the left of the display, selecting the Wareville Rails index pattern on... Okay, so this is interesting bit. So we don't really get to know what that is called, what that collection is supposed to be called. But in the alt text, it says index pattern. So what we're now going to do is see if we can find a drop-down according to screen reader users, which we probably won't. And then we have to go find what they actually meant. Let's see.
Speech no next search and filter the discover page combo box collapsed. No previous.
So the only drop-down out right here is this search bar here, which is not actually a drop-down. Oh, it's kind of. It's like a search bar that drops down autocomplete results.
AQL date quick select. Last 15 minutes show refresh. Change all filters. Plus add filter. Frosty Pins resorts. Index pattern settings.
So what we're meant to know is that you press this
Search
index pattern settings.
Index dialog add field to in. You are in the dialog. So add manage index pattern pattern fields.
That's not it. Okay.
Dismiss.
So now we have to find out what
Out of
display
grouping.
we have to find.
Banner visited link.
Also, every time you dismiss a modal in this interface, it drops you to the bottom of the page, which is not helpful.
Help menu newsfeed menu toggle primary navigation default menu collapsed sub menu toggle not press collapsed toggle primary navigation menu collapsed sub menu default
So we
speech
have
mode
a
off.
default here. The default is apparently what you pick. Oh, this is a spaces spaces menu. So we don't want that one. The next one is the search button. Search session complete is apparently the label of the button. Very helpful. Here we have just the thing that says options, new, open, share, inspect, save, and see saved queries. That's not what we want either. KQL, date, quick select, last 50 minutes, which is, I guess, the dates. Change all filters. We may have to go there at some point. Alt filter. We got the Frosty Pines Resort. What's that?
Speed Wareville Rails not selected 2 of 2.
Okay, so see that?
Frosty Pins Resorts 1 of 2.
We're just supposed to know, and this is not a try hack me problem. This is a Kibana problem. But this is what we're meant to be pressing. There you go. We have now changed to the Wareville Rails collection, and the only label that that button has is its current selection. And it's right above the index pattern settings button. So I guess from that, we're just supposed to suss out that that is the one that we want. Not great accessibility there, Kibana. You could do better. You should do better, because in June next year, the European Accessibility Act is going to be a thing, and you're going to be selling here. So, yeah, might want to get on that. Once you have done this, you will be greeted with a screen saying no results match your search criteria. This is because no logs have been ingested within the last 15 minutes. Do not panic. We will discuss how to change this later. Shortly, sorry. Okay, we got a graphic with the alt text opening the Kibana Discover page after selecting the collection that we wish to use. Note, there's a note in the alt text. Note here that no logs are shown because the time range is set to last 15 minutes. Well, appreciate that. That's a helpful alt text. Kende. To change the date and time, click the text located on the right side of the box. What box? That has the calendar icon. Okay, select Absolute from the drop-down, where you can now select the start date and time. Next, click on the text on the right side of the arrow and repeat this process for the end date and time. For the Wereville Rails collection, we will need to set the start time to October 1st, 2024, midnight, and the end time to October 1st, 2023, 30:00. If you are stuck, refer to the GIF, or GIF, depending on your pronunciation preferences, below. Please note that the day and time in this demonstration of Wereville Rails will differ from the times required to review the Frostpines resource collection in the second half of the practical. Okay. A GIF showing how to modify the time ranges within Kibana. Well, I'll show it off too, and with screen meters on.
Speech mode.
Basically, you
Available
click
fields
this.
Show index pattern set Wereville Rails plus add filter. Change all filter refresh. Last 15 minutes show dates. Date quick select.
I think it's the show dates.
15 minutes ago.
Yeah.
15 now. Refresh. Change all filters. Now 50 date quick select. KQL.
Oh, is it this one?
Next time window.
Yeah,
Previous time window. Previous time. Next time tense combo box last collapse currently time values time unit apply current commonly used grouping commonly used dismiss enable 15 minutes ago.
No, it's this
dialogue.
one.
You are in the dialogue.
So you press the button that has the 15 minutes ago label. It doesn't tell you that that's the date setting, but it is.
Start date. Now start date. Relative tab selected 2 of 3.
So we have to set this to
tab start date absolute.
Absolute. The arrows do not work in this tab bar because they didn't do it right.
Start date absolute tab. Start date relative tab 2 of 3. Start date now tab 3 of start date absolute property page.
So
next month December.
But now we're looking at December.
Next
we need to set this to October. So we'll press previous month twice.
Next October 2024. October. Month 2024-10 list.
And we'll set this to
list 0 o'clock.
Oh, of course, this isn't accessible either.
You are focused on the calendar. Use the arrow keys to navigate the days in the month. Use the page up and down keys to navigate from month to month. Use the home and end keys to navigate from year to year.
Okay, but that's not actually working.
October 30th, 2029. 31. 2. Month 2024-10 list. You are focused. October 30th, 2024 is the currently focused date. 29. 30. 1. 2. 1. Left click. List 0. Month 2024-10 list. You are October 1st, 2024 is the currently focused date. Okay, I have to do a lot of NVDA object navigation to figure out how this works, but I got it to work. And this is the time we need to start at, which is, in fact, the right time. Month section. Month 2024 section. Edit selected Oct 1.
Oh, you can also just type it here. Okay, that's nice. Why is that time selected?
1. Oct 1, 2024 at 14:33 45.512 unselected. 14:33 Greater. Greater, colon, 0, dialogue you are in the start date, absolute proper, dialogue you are, tab control, start date, relative tab 2 of start date, absolute next month, button, open the month.
Now there's no obvious way to
expected this. Format, MMMD, YYYY, HH.
Oh, Christ on a cracker.
Edit invalid entry expected format, MMMD, YYYY, HH, colon SS, SSS, Oct 1, 2024 at 0, edit.
So it doesn't like it that I didn't do this.
0.
Put 2 zeros.
Dialogue you are in the dialogue. Start date. Absolute property page. Edit invalid entry expected for.
Screw it. We'll do it with the things then.
List 0 o'clock. Start date. Edit deck 15 2024 at 0
Why
o'clock.
is it at the Okay, well this bit I can just
selected
change.
deck 15.
So this is a really great example of just how accessibility can influence a relatively industry standard thing. This should not be as bad as it is. It's bad. It's bad. All right. This should be good now. Yep, looks good. All right, how do I save this, though? It also seems to just decide arbitrarily to put things in this field if you land on things as opposed to when you press enter. Let's see. This is a start date we just changed. So do you see how hard this is? See how long it takes to get this done? I think I can actually just dismiss this with escape now. There. Yeah, so it says Oct 1 2024 to now. And we have to press this now button as well and do the exact same thing, except this is a different time this time. So we need to once again set this to absolute, because right now it's set to now. Absolute, there we go. This is why we're not doing too much in Kibana. It takes forever. All right, previous month twice again to get to October. We want October 1st. Currently, the arrow keys don't quite work with screen readers, so we will do this with the mouse.
Left click. 20, October 1st, 2020.
All right.
List 0 o'clock.
And does this arrow key work? No, this doesn't work either.
List
so we have to use
date
the mouse
and list
again.
0 30. 2000 hours. No next. 2300 hours. 47 of 23 30 48 of 48. Left click, dismiss, enable notification message, toggle site.
And of course, because the mouse doesn't quite do what we want all the time, this is why we don't want to use the mouse when we can help it. This happens sometimes. I'll have to dismiss this thing first. It may have actually been in the way for you guys regardless, so I guess it's good it's gone now. I don't think what we just did actually took. Let's have a look. I'm just looking. Oh, it did. No, it didn't. Oh, it did sort of. It just sort of decided to do its own thing. Okay. That's fair. That's completely fair. Okay.
Speech list and
let's try this again and just use MVDA's invoke rather than actually using the mouse, because the mouse
no 20 23 30 48 of activate Grammarly integration grouping mode out of group Grammarly help menu.
Well, that also dismissed our dialogue. Did that actually store the dates? It did not. Wonderful. Yep, that's great. That's how we want to see it. All right, let's try this with the arrow keys then, or at least just change it. We can just change the date. Actually, we can just change it in this set. So when this happens, what you can easily do is just change the time here. I'm changing it in the edit field currently. So now it says
edit selected Oct 1 2024 23 30 50.703.
Now it says 30 seconds. I'm going to change that seconds readout to 0 as well, because there might be a dumb little thing where it will show one thing. I'm leaving this alone. Actually, will I now? Let's do this right and put 0. There you go. And we can escape out, and now the times are set correctly. That only took 15,000 times longer than it should have. So Kibana has some work to do here. I know that, what's the other one? Splunk actually did some accessibility work this year, so maybe they're better. This is kind of shit, though. Kind of bad. Kind of there you go. Now that we can see some entries, let's go over the basics of the Kibana Discover UI. Yeah, let's do that. We have an alt text of Kibana Discovery UI. Helpful. Search bar. Here we can you can place our search queries using KQL. Still haven't pointed out that that is actually just the Kibana query language. Number 2, index pattern. An index pattern is a collection of logs. This can be from a specific host or, for example, multiple hosts with a similar purpose, such as multiple web servers. In this case, the index pattern is all logged relating to Wareville Rills. Fields. This pane shows us the fields that Elasticsearch has parsed from the logs. For example, timestamps, response, type, and IP address. I find this funny because in day 2, we also worked with this interface and none of this was explained that well. And now we're going way deeper into how this all actually is supposed to work. These days should have been flipped, I think. Timeline. This visualization displays the event count over the period of time. I don't think that's accessible, which is kind of annoying. We actually needed that information in day 2, which is why I didn't want to go through it. There's probably a way to figure it out from just looking at tables. But really what you want to be doing with this kind of information, because there's so much of it, you want to be able to have that at a glance information. And if you saw just how annoying it was to change a date, I really don't think that's going to work well. So this is one of those tools where you probably may have to use non-industry standard tools to get you to do your best work, which is an uphill battle. So that's something to keep in mind when you do blue stuff like this. I am not an expert. This is my non-expert, very much amateur opinion, but there you have it. Next thing is documents, logs. These entries, I keep getting WhatsApp notifications. These entries are the specific entries in the log file. Then we get time filter. We can use this to narrow down a specific time frame. Absolute. Alternatively, we can search for logs based on relativity, i.e. less 7 days. I don't think that's what relativity means, but sure. Kibana query language. Finally, they explain what that means. KQL. KQL, or Kibana query language, is an easy-to-use language that can be used to search documents for values. For example, querying if a value within a field exists or matches a value. If you're familiar with Splunk, you may be thinking of SPL, Search Processing Language. For example, the query to search all documents for an IP address may look like ip.address, and then it has quotes.
Speech mode quote.
Yeah,
One.
has quotes
Speech
around
mode
it,
off.
and then the value looking for. In this case, 10, 10, 10, 10. We have a graphic with the alt text of IP address query. Yeah. Alternatively, Kibana also allows using Lucene query, an advanced language that supports features such as fuzzy terms, searches for terms that are similar to the one provided, regular expressions, etc. For today's task, we will stick with using KQL, which has been enabled by default. The table below contains a mini cheat sheet for KQL syntax that you may find helpful in today's task. All right. So yeah, we got a couple of things here. We got syntax, description, and example. So I'm just going to go down to descriptions. We got the 2 quotation marks are used to search for specific values. Okay, so quote, quote means used for this exact search. Then we got asterisk, which is a wildcard, which searches documents for similar matches to the value provided. It's pretty much just it's a multiple characters, like random characters, and then the string. Then we got logic operator is used to show documents that contain either of the values provided. That is literally just the word or in capitals. We got and, same deal. That is a colon,
Speech mode on
which in
demand.
this case means
Speech mode off.
this is used to search the specified field of a document for a value, such as an IP address. So yeah, it's like field, colon, and then a value. Yeah, makes sense. That's all that's in this table. Blah, 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 blah. Okay. Investigating a web attack with ELK. Scenario. Thanks to our extensive intrusion detection capabilities. That's what IDR stands for example. Your systems alerted the SOC or SOC team to a web shell being uploaded to the Wareville Rails booking platform on October 1st, 2024. Our task is to review the web server logs to determine how the attacker achieved this. If you would like to follow along, ensure that you have the Wareville Rails collection selected, like so. Graphic with the alt text selecting the Wareville Rails collection within ELK to follow along with this stage of Operation Blue. I see. Okay, to investigate this scenario, let's change the time filter to show events from the day of the attack, setting the start date and time to October 21st, 00000, and the end date and time to October 2nd at 00000. Well, I did not do that, but I went half an hour earlier, so we should see what we need to see already. October 1st and 2nd date range, yeah, is the alt text for the next image, which is passable. You will see the logs have now populated with display. Please note that the quantity of entries, hits, in this task may differ to the amount on the practical. Why? graphic with the alt text of logs. Yeah, thank you. Logs are great, aren't they? An incredibly beneficial feature of AELK is that we can filter out noise. A web server, especially a popular one, we'll likely have a large number of logs from user traffic, completely unrelated to the attack. Using the fields pane of the left, we can click on the plus and minus icons next to the field to show only that value or to remove it from the display, respectively. That's kind of fun because the second day had us hover over those fields to add them, which is a very different way of doing it. Fun fact, clicking on these filters is actually just applying the relative KQL syntax. Now, this is good to know because what that tells us is that we don't have to use their UI if we don't want to. If you just get really good at this KQL and you know like all the stuff by heart, you can literally just type it in the search field and probably be quicker than having to use their inaccessible UI. So if you know that, you know, IP is called IP and you want to do a search for an IP, you're probably faster just typing that into the KQL box, doing IP colon quote blah blah blah, than going to the search button, find the IP, click the plus button, put your IP in. That's gonna take forever. So if you do know how to do that, that'll be faster. Note in the GIF below how the logs are being filtered to only show like getting the IP address 10.13.274.15, reducing the amount of from 1,208 to 423 hits. We can combine filtering multiple fields in or out to drill down specifically into the logs. And graphic again with the alt text of IP filtering narrow down GIF. To remove applied filters, simply click on the X alongside the filter. Now, obviously, when you see an X like that, that's an X icon. It's anyone's guess what that button would be called for screen readers. Probably remove filter or delete or close sometimes even, or just a time symbol. It can be anything. Just below the search bar. Okay, there's another alt text with the another image with the alt text filters image. Yeah, thank you. Helps. In this investigation, let's look at the activity of the IP address 10.9.98.230. Now let me copy that to the clipboard because that sounds important. We can click on the client IP field to see the IPs with the most values. IP with most values is in alt text. Yeah. Using the timeline at the top, we cannot see that. You can see a lot of activity from this IP address. Took place between 11:30 and 11:35. Oh, you shit. So what you're basically telling me is that we do have to change the date because it's not quite covering what we want. This would be a good place to begin our analysis. Timeline narrowed down. Each log can be expanded by using the greater than icon.
Speech mode quote greater.
So that'll probably be called expand, if anything at all. Located on the left of the log document. Now let's have a look if we can find out what that looks like for a screen reader. What? Let me really quickly actually change this date to cover what we wanted to cover. I know now how it works because I can do it, so I can do it a lot faster. So I'm just really quickly doing it. There. It's already done. So we should see more now. There we go. And it still says no research matcher. Do I have to apply this somehow? Let's see.
Help news talk default app new open share and save C6AQL date quick Oct 1 Oct 2 update.
Oh, there you go.
Speech mode off.
So you do have to update this. We just did. So there's a button that says go to the end of the table. That's kind of nice for keyboard users. So we get a table here. Let's look at the columns.
Column 1. Column 2 time sorted timestamp ascending. Column 3 document. Edge of table document. Row 2 list with 26 items at timestamp. Oct 1 2024 at 11:53 35.000 off. Client of 1 version 1 item to message 1-01/Oct/2024:10:53 35 +0000 options star http /1.0200 request star response 200 verb options id znsh 5 mbk bmqkzcln 382 index Wareville rail store type doc.
Yeah, so this right here is why I don't love doing this. You get so much information, you have to sift through all this, which you can do. Like you can change the fields and all the things. There is a button. Okay, so for screen reader users, that button that it just referred to, the greater than icon, is called toggle row details. And it's considered collapsible. So we just did that. Let's have a look what this actually contains
Speech
when
mode
it's
talk.
expanded.
Time sort time document column 3 list with 26 items at timestamp. Oct 101 / oct / 20 ZNSH5 out of list row 3 column 1 through 3 heading level 4 expanded document.
Okay, so what I find is funny is that they definitely did try to make this more accessible. They just
Link view
missed a
surrounding
number of
documents.
things. So we can do view surrounding
Link view
documents.
single
You
document.
can see
Tab
just the
selected
document
table.
itself.
Tab
You can get a
JSON.
table or a JSON.
Table with 14 rows and 3 columns. Caption: this table contains 13 rows.
Yeah, well, you don't need to know that because that's already being told by the screen reader's indexing logic, but good that that's there,
Out
I
of
guess.
caption row 1 column 1 actions.
So we got
Column
actions
2 field.
column, field,
Column 3 value.
and value. Now
Edge
this is actually helpful because you can use this you can use this to
mode off.
cut through the noise a little bit and go actually look at the fields one by one. They have a little icon that indicates what kind of field it is. That slows us down. That's a shame. Because I'll show you what that does.
Row 3 graphic string field in row 4 graphic number fields, row 5 graphic string field, row 1 field.
So yeah, I would definitely like nix these alt texts. They're not helpful in the sense that they slow things down, or at least put them at the end of the name and not at the beginning. Because right now we have to listen through that.
Row 2
every
graphic
single
string field
time.
id. Row index. Row score.
And we could, for example,
type.
do it this way. Type. Oh.
Discover elastic. Row Oct 1
Going.
2024 11 field column 2 graphic date field.
So you don't have to
timestamp.
listen through the entire
Row
tab
off.
if you don't want to. You can just go
Value
through
column
one
for
by
field
one.
column
Like
2
this, of
off.
course,
Row
this
8
takes
enter.
forever if you want to do this for a bunch of different logs, but you can quickly get your way down to the client IP field, which in this case
Colon.
is 1 so it's like
colon.
internal, it looks like.
Row 9 actions column 1 filter for value, filter out value, toggle not pressed, toggle column and table filter for field present.
Yeah, it looks like you can in this expanded document you can actually filter by the field that we're looking at. So it's all very sort of
Speech mode off.
compact and easily usable. Just there's a lot going on and it takes a bit to filter through. So let's continue what the text says. And this is the long document. Fortunately, the logs are pretty small in this instance, so we can browse through them to look for anything untoward. There's a graphic that has just the alt text of log. Not a good alt text. After some digging, a few logs stand out. Looking at the request field, we can see that a file named shell.php has been accessed with a few parameters, C and D, containing commands. That's kind of weird because I thought this was a
Speech mode
Rails
talk.
application, but hey.
Contain D and D containing speech mode off.
Okay. These are likely to be commands input into some form of web shell. Okay. There's a graphic that says web shell input command logs. Can we get an OCR of that? We can. So let's have a look. It's at, yeah, I'm looking at the OCR of this image now. Anything important?
Speech 20 document bullet time B test. Bullet timestamp Oct 1 2024 11 58 I39.e off.
1158
B test.
apparently.
/ ors php / admin / assets / im / raffle / shell h7c : dir wtnz01 b8j index Wareville Rails score. Bullet timestamp Oct 1 20 / ors php / assets / im / p / shell.php btnz old b8j index Wareville Rails score. Stamp Oct 1 ors w bullet type request ors php / admin / assets / im / pr0 file / e2 dot response 50 verb get ld ofa sib request
As
or
you can see, this is very not error prone at
82
all.
/bytes http type
/s.
bytes 21 client equals dtr http / I type 10.10.10.9.98 point message request or 23 e2 unmessage.
So yeah,
Graphic
this is the
speech
log
mode off.
article. Now that we have an initial lead, let's use a search query to find all logs that contain shell.php. Using the search bar at the top, the query message shell.php will search, the query message : shell.php. Put that in quotes, would you? Anyway, we're gonna put that in here in the search bar. Gonna do that exactly as they tell us to do.
Speech search
Let's see if we get any in like
APM
any.
observability app search engine
Shush.
dialog filter options list APM.
Oh, good Christ. Okay, so the
landmark,
control
search
key
elastic, and it
apparently
opens
is
list
mapped
search
to
elastic.
something in this, so that's bad. Let's paste
Page
this
dialog.
message in.
Illustration of black hole. No results found. Try searching for applications, dashboards, visualizations, and more. Filter.
This is not the right search bar, I think.
Visited link Elasticsearch Elastic edit opens list message.
Yeah, no, this is the wrong
Message
one.
unselected. Search field names edit search field names. No next edit field.
Huh? Yeah, so the
Banner
control
landmark,
key
search
opens
elastic.
something that is really annoying.
No next heading at level. No next main landmark documents heading will separate histogram of found documents region Oct 1 2024 at 0 o'clock 00.000 Oct 2 2024 at 0 o'clock 00.000.
So this is our timeline.
List with 2 items bar chart.
Pretty much just tells us that it's a histogram, but nothing
Chart
is
type.
on there.
Out of list out of region chart options. 811 hits. Expanded toggle sidebar.
Oh, it just tells 811 hits that we have.
Available fields
right
region list with
now.
14 items. Add verb to table. Verb. Graphic string field. Add response to table. Not in a table cell. Response. Add bytes to table.
These are
Bytes.
fields.
Add
These are
graphic. Add
fields,
type
I'm
to
pretty sure.
add it to TID. Graphic out of expanded available fields. Show field filters. Search field names. Edit search field index pattern. Whereville rails. Plus add filter. Change all filters. Plus add
So
filter.
I guess you press the add filter button.
You are in the dialog. To close this edit filter. You are in the edit as query. DSL. Field. Operator. Switch off create custom label. Create custom label. Unavailable save. Cancel.
I'm going to
You are
press
in the dialog. Edit as query.
edit as
DSL.
query DSL.
Editor content. Press Alt plus F1 for editor.
Oh, that's fun.
Right brace. Left brace. Left brace. Right brace.
It opens a Monaco editor. It's a Visual Studio Code thing. But I'm not sure if we're meant to be putting this here.
Paste.
Put
Message.
this
Shell.php.
Let's see what that
Create custom label. Switch
does.
save. Unavail. Cancel. No next
It
form
says-
field. Create. Switch off. Create. Editor
won't let us
content.
do
Press
it, why
Alt
not?
plus F1 for accessibility. Out of editor. Elasticsearch query. DSL. Editor. Elasticsearch query. DSL.
So this is not KB. This is not KQL. This is Elasticsearch query.
Edit
So this is
filter
yet
values.
another thing.
Edit filter. You are in the dialog.
Apparently this is not
Press
the right
enter to
thing
start
that we
editing.
should
Press S
be
to Whereville rails. Plus add filter.
Very interesting.
Change all
So
filters.
what are we supposed
Refresh.
to do then?
Oct 2 2020. Right word. Oct 1. Date quick select. KQL.
Ah,
Dialog. You are in the dialog. Kibana query language. Kibana user. Kibana switch on. On.
yeah, okay. So
Grammarly
that's
indic-
just where you pick
Search and
the
filter
right
the
thing.
discover page combo box
Oh,
collapsed.
here you go. Search and filter the discover page. I'm not sure why that didn't come up before.
Date quick
but we
KQL.
found
Search
it.
landmark. Start typing to search and filter the discover. Paste message. Shell.php expanded.
Okay.
Collapsed 11. Open Grammarly.
So it said 11.
KQL. Search. Start typing to search and
I'm
filter.
going to assume that
Open
that
KQL.
means
Date quick.
we got 11 hits.
Oct 1. Right word. Oct. Refresh.
So we'll
Speech
have
mode
to
off.
look. See, this is again. Just see how slow all this takes. How long this takes. Yep. Scroll down past all these fields because there's no easy way to get there. Otherwise, we're done now. There we go. So we do have a number of hits, and the amount of hits is 11. Okay, so my bad. There is an actual quick way to get there. The an amount of hits is right at the top of the main landmark. So if you want to search this quickly, you can do that.
Shell.php in the message field. Speech
Okay,
mode off.
search for all strings in the message field of the logs. This is what we just did. That gives us 11 results. Should at least. Operation Red. Oh, hang on. We might need to look at these logs real quick because I think there's actually a question that's asked about it. Because we're switching right to Operation Red after this. And yeah, we need to make sure that we actually get what we need from this. So let's actually look at these documents. Let's look at the questions, actually. What's the questions we need to find? Where was the web shell uploaded to? I think we've seen that a few times already in that OCR results, like images/something. So let's have a look if we can find that result. Here it is. So the first time we see this, we have a document here. I think I'm gonna just open the row retails real quick here. I'm gonna look at that table. Let's see what we got.
Speech mode. Time sorted. Timestamp was document.
Yeah,
out of list row 6 list with 28 items. Message 10.13.27.
Get admin. Okay, so what's that say?
List with space slash ORRS dash PHP slash
ORS dash PHP slash admin slash asset slash im slash profile slash a shell.php, and shell.php has a little highlight around it. That's kind of interesting.
left bracket 0 1 plus get slash ORS space slash O.
So let's
selected.
copy
Slash space.
this entire
Slash-
path
slash
so we have
select-
that question
selected.
done at least.
Slash select R selected.
blah blah.
OSF5LC/SHELLs.ph select
The
selected.
thing is, I don't know from where they want us
Copy.
to go, but I'm assuming they want this whole
Try
entire path. We're gonna see if that's
answer format
correct.
/directory/directory/directory/ answer the quest blue.
Right.
Answer format
Let's see
/direct
if that's
task 8
correct.
answer format 21 no answer needed edit unavailable task 9 login answer.
Is this the
KT.
correct path for that first question?
/O. Alert O. Your answer is incorrect.
It is not.
Submit. Hint. Answer format /directory/
/directory/directory/directory/file name. Okay.
answer format
And we have directory. So we don't want that ORS PHP bit. Okay, let's remove that bit.
A.
So we start from /admin, it looks like.
A.
Does it work now?
Alert O. Your answer is incorrect.
It does not work now.
Answer format
/admin/assets/img/profile/shell.php.
answer format answer format /5 /6 /5 /5 edit /admin/assets/im/profile/shell.php.
That's weird.
Answer format blue. Where was the web shell uploaded to? Answer format /5 /6 /5 /5 edit /admin/assets/im/profile/shell.php.
I think this is literally wrong. It's not wanting me to put that /img in there for some reason.
/gmi/
Okay. Admin assets profile shell.php.
ROF.
Unless we're looking at the wrong file.
Alert O. Your answer is incorrect. Answer format /5 /6 /5 /5 edit /admin.
Yeah, no, something isn't adding up. This is not the right file. Where was the web shell uploaded to? That's weird. Let's see what we're missing here. Yeah, /admin/assets/ 5 letters / That's weird. Okay, what we're missing? Let's see. Okay, so that's not found. I guess we're looking at the wrong thing. Keep looking. Let's see. Just gotta look at these messages. I'm gonna find which one's here. And again, you can see how long this is taking me to do this. Like, it's not hard. There's just a lot to it. A lot of things to look at. Score, where's the message? You can probably make this faster by changing the column orders as well to make this faster. Scroll to the top of the page here. Okay. Yeah, that's not it. Nope. Yeah, we'll get it eventually. Type. Okay, this doesn't seem to have a message thing. Message. Oh, here's one. Okay, what's this? Yep. Get admin sh image profile shell PHP. So weird. It looks like it's trying to get that, but it's failing. So these are not the right ones yet. Okay. So again, this is all very request. Oh, what's this? /sh image profile. Yeah, so these are attempts to find the shell. For some reason, they're not finding it. Not sure why we even have that in here then, but okay. Scroll down. Yep. Here's another row details. And there's only 11 of these, so it shouldn't take super long. Let's see the message again. This is get admin assets img profile. The thing is that they keep trying the same thing. And we keep getting 404, so this cannot be going very well for them. Let's keep going a little faster through these now. Boop. Admin assets img profile. Nope, that's still wrong. Really what we should be doing is probably look for method post. Admin assets im profile. Yeah, I'm just looking for like something that actually looks different at this point. Ing profile. .404. It's all 404. I'm just looking for the word message with my screen reader at this point and going through all the messages. See if anything is different to that's not 404 or something that's actually important. Right now we're looking at 10:47:26. So it looks like we're going through a timeline. At this point we haven't found it yet. We'll keep going. We'll keep going. We keep going. Admin assets image. No, still the same thing. Still trying the same thing. That's not working. And I don't see why we're not seeing where it actually is working. I don't actually see. It's kind of weird. Huh. Okay, so this is not the right path, clearly. Let's continue doing the walkthrough for now, doing the Operation Red. Maybe that'll give us a clue. We have seen that stuff is happening, but we don't quite know why yet. Let me go to the Operation Red. Oh my god, so much text that we still have to read. Okay, we were way too quick. Operation Red. In this section, we will now take a look at the red aspect. In other words, the attack itself and how it was carried out. Why do websites allow file uploads? File uploads, oh, this is all wrapped in a heading. Okay, that's annoying. File uploads are everywhere on websites and for good reasons. Users often need to upload files like profile pictures, invoices, or other documents to update their accounts, send receipts, or submit claims. These features make the user experience smoother and more efficient. I can't read today. But while this is convenient, it also creates a risk of file uploads aren't handled properly. If not properly secured, this feature can open up various vulnerabilities attackers can exploit. File upload vulnerabilities, okay? File upload vulnerabilities occur when a website doesn't properly handle the files that users upload. If the site doesn't check what kind of file is being uploaded, how big it is, or what it contains, it all opens the door to all sorts of attacks. For example, RCE, uploading a script that the server runs, gives the attacker control over it. RCE, again, is remote code execution. XSS, which we are apparently not explaining either, stands for cross-site scripting. Uploading an HTML file that contains an XSS code, which will steal a cookie and send it back to the attacker's server. Now, if you do that, again, this is not explained, but if you steal someone's cookie, in some websites, you can actually pose as them and like make it think you're already logged in. These can happen if a site doesn't properly secure its file upload functionality. Why unrestricted file uploads are dangerous. I think you just explained that, mind you, but okay. Unrestricted file uploads can be particularly dangerous because they allow an attacker to upload any type of file. If the file's contents aren't properly validated to ensure only specific formats like PNG or JPG are accepted, an attacker could upload a malicious script such as a PHP file or an executable that the server might process and run. This can lead to code execution on the server, allowing attackers to take over the system. Yep. Examples of abuse through unrestricted file uploads include uploading a script that the server executes, leading to an RCE, remote code execution. Uploading a crafted image file that triggers a vulnerability when processed by the server. Uploading a web shell and browsing to it directly using a browser. Usage of weak credentials. One of the easiest ways for attackers to break into systems is through weak or default credentials. This can be an open door for attackers to gain unauthorized access. Default credentials are often found in systems where administrators fail to change initial login details provided during setup. For attackers, trying a few common usernames and passwords can lead to easy access. Why are you talking about this right now? We were on about logs and uploading web shells, and now you're coming on with a completely different OWASP thing. Okay. Below are some examples of weak credentials. Yeah, it's things like password, admin, administrator, admin at domain name, guest. I don't think this is anything new for any one of you. Attackers can use or try these credentials manually, which is often all it takes to break into a system. Break into a system. What is remote code execution, RCE? Remote code execution happens when an attacker finds a way to run their own code on a system. This is a highly dangerous vulnerability because it can allow the attacker to take control of the system, exfiltrate sensitive data, or compromise other connected systems. Exfiltrate, for people who haven't been doing this for a while, means get data off, like a system that you shouldn't be doing. Because we don't explain that term, apparently. We have an image with the alt text of Frosty Pines Hotel Key. Graphic, helpful. What is a web shell? A web shell is a script that attackers upload to a vulnerable server, giving them remote control over it. Once a web shell is in place, attackers can run commands, manipulate files, and essentially use the compromised server as their own. They can even use it to launch attacks on other systems. For example, attackers could use a web shell to, another list of things, execute commands on the server, move laterally within the network, download sensitive data, or pivot to other services. I like that you're like putting in all the cybersecurity terms, but you're really not explaining them. Moving laterally and pivoting is pretty much the exact same thing. You change from one server to another, and laterally means you get like servers with like different levels, and sometimes you can privilege escalate, which means you go to a higher level of privilege. But just if you're just gonna toss these words out, explain them. This is a beginner's course. Christ. Anyway, a web shell typically gives the attackers a web-based interface to run commands. Still, in some cases, attackers may use a reverse shell to establish a direct connection back to their system, allowing them to control the compromised system remotely. Once an attacker has this level of access, they might attempt privilege escalation to gain even more control, such as achieving root access or moving deeper into the network. Okay, now that we're familiar with a remote code execution vulnerability and how it works, let's take a look at how we would exploit it. Practice makes perfect. To understand how a file upload vulnerability can result in an RCE, the best approach is to get some hands-on experience with it. A handy and ethical way to do this is to find and download a reputable open source web application which has this vulnerability built into it. Many open source projects exist in places like GitHub, which can be run in your own environment to experiment and practice. In today's task, we will demonstrate achieving RCE via unrestricted file uploads within an open source railway management system that has this vulnerability built into it. Exploiting RCE via file upload. Now we're going to go through how this vulnerability can be exploited. For now, you can just read along, but an opportunity to put this knowledge into practice is coming up. This person really likes writing. Once an RCE vulnerability has been identified that can be exploited via file upload, we now need to create a malicious file that will allow remote code execution when uploaded. Below is an example PHP file which could be uploaded to exploit this vulnerability. Using your favorite text editor, copy and paste the below code and save it as shell.php. Now I will say I appreciate that they just have the code out here and not hidden in some VM, which honestly is usually what we see. I'm glad that they haven't done that in this case. I am busily copying this as I talk. Copying this to a file. /body/HTML. Here we are. So let me copy that into a file. There we go. We'll save it as shell.php. I hope it doesn't trigger my virus scanner. Shell.php. Got it right here. No Windows Defender yet. The above script, when accessed, displays an input field. Whatever is entered in this input field is then run against the underlying operating system using the system PHP function, and the output is displayed to the user. This is the perfect file to upload to the vulnerable riddle system reservation application. The vulnerability is surrounding the upload of a new profile image. So to exploit it, we navigate to the profile pictures page, railway profile picture. Instead of a web profile picture, we can upload our malicious PHP script and update our profile. Profile picture uploaded, alt text. In the case of this application, the RCE is possible through unrestricted file uploads. Once this profile picture is uploaded and updated, it is stored in the admin sh profile directory. The file can then be accessed directly via IP address or localhost / project name / admin assets img profile shell.php. Now, as you see, that's what we were trying to put into the answer field before, because that's also where we saw, that's the path they were trying to use for the thingy. When this is accessed, we can say malicious code in action. There's an alt text that says malicious code in action. Thank you. Now we can run a command directly against the operating system using this bar, and the output will be displayed. For example, running the command pwd now returns the following. Command being run. Let's have a look what that says. Admin assets img profile. Yep. And this is in /opt /lampbus /htdoc /ors -php /admin /assets /img /profile. Very good. Making the most of it. All right. Once the vulnerability has been exploited and you own and now have access to the operating system via a web shell, there are many next steps you could take depending on what your goal is and what misconfigurations are present on the system, which will determine exactly what we can do. Here are some examples of command. Oh my god. You might run them if the system is running on a Linux OS, like our example target system. Okay, so here's a command that you could run. You could get ls to see what's in the folder. You could do cat to see what's, check a file contents, pwd to see what directory you're in. Who am I to see what user you're running as, which is sometimes important. Host name to see what the machine is called. Uname to see what it's running. ID, what is that description? If the current user is assigned to any groups, right? Okay. If config to check IP information. Bash to get a shell. To get a reverse shell, right? Okay. Netcat to listen for it. Find for particular files. Yeah, that's all the stuff. Okay. These are just some commands that can be run from the following successful RCA. It's very open-ended, and what you can do will rely on your abilities to inspect an environment and vulnerabilities in the system itself. Practical. Your task today is twofold. First, you must access Kibana on, yeah, we're already there, to investigate the attack and answer the blue questions below. Then you will proceed to Frosty Pines Resort's website at frostypines.thm. Oh god. And recreate the attack and answer the red questions. Inform the developers what element of the website was vulnerable. Okay. Please note, to access frostypines.thm, you will need to reference it within your host file. On the attack box, this can be done by executing the following command in a terminal echo 10102488 frostypines.thm /etc/hosts. If we let's just try something here.
Speech mode 10.10.24.8 selected. Copy the Climu tab. 10.10. Banner landmark list with 5 items. Link home. Link rooms. Link reservation. Link
Now,
about us.
how did I do that?
Find the best deals. Heading level 3 for your next trip.
No, you don't need to do all that.
Google
Lava.
Google Chrome. SS.
If you know a little bit about how this stuff generally tends to work, what I just did was I just assumed that the web application that it's referring to is running on port 80. And instead of putting it in my host file, I just put the IP in my browser bar, which goes to the by default. And then you get to do the exact same thing. You just don't type frostypines.thm into your browser bar, but you just put the IP address. Very clever that you gave it a host name, but you really don't need to do this. If you do not see an IP address, i.e. add only machine IP, ensure that you have started the target machine by pressing on the Start Machine button. Yeah, Yeah, we did that. Connecting to the machine. To review the logs of the attack on Frosty Pines resorts, make sure you select the Frosty Pines resort. Oh my Christ on a... Yeah. Okay, so that's why we couldn't find it. The date and the time that you will need to use when reviewing logs will be between 11:30 and 12 on October. Oh, I hate you so much right now. Oh, you so hard. I need to. Okay.
Speech mode talk.
So that's why we couldn't find it. We were looking at the wrong collection and the wrong date. Because they
Filter
told us
option.
to look there. Oh, I'm so annoyed right now. Oh,
Visited
God.
link health news toggle default search session app menu new open share and save
We'll go do it real quick.
Date quick select Act 1 2020 Act 2 refresh change all filters plus add filter Wareville Rails dialog in Frosty Pines Resorts nuts Frosty Pines
Change
Resort
the collection. Does it keep everything else the way it was?
plus add change all refresh Act 2 2024 at 0 o'clock 00.00
Yeah, it does.
Act 1
Okay,
2020
so
dialog start
this is
date
all
next month October
wrong,
20 month
apparently.
2024-10 list 0
I'm just going to
selected
change it
Act 1 C
into edit
comma,
fields faster
1
that way. So
expect
October 3rd,
colon 0 to 3
23:30.
colon 0 0
Oh.
0 3 0
Yeah, that's fine.
no next form Act 3 Act 2 2024 tab control end date and next October 2020 month list 0 edit selected Act
And this
2
should
Act 2
be
2024
October
0 comma 2
3rd,
x 3
2024 at... Oh, wait.
try are you invisible alt try October 3rd graphic highlighting the date and time that you will need to use
We'll need to use is 11:30 and 12 on October 3rd. Oh, it's not 11:30. It's like 11:30, not what I'm doing.
colon
Hang on.
0
12.
2
Yeah, there.
open Grammarly 0 no next form help new top of app new open share and say seize date quick select Act 3 2024 23:30 00
Yeah, my bad. I'll change that.
dialog next October 20 month 2020 list 0 edit select
Okay, so
colon Act 3 2
they want us to look at this
1
range. There we go.
Act 3 20
We have it
mode
set
off.
to October 3rd on 11:30 to October 3rd to 12. In the other collection, the Frosty Pines one that we were supposed to be looking at, I guess what we were looking at before was people failing to get the VM to work. But anyway, this is what we're meant to be seeing. Right now, we have what? No results. That's weird. Why is that? Let's see. I'm guessing the filter is wrong. Remember to access the Frosty Pines resource website. Blah 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 blah. We'll need to refresh.
Speech follow answer the questions following command in the terminal. Echo 10.10. Speech mode off.
Well, that's very cute. So we don't have any results right now. That's kind of strange. Let's have a
Speech search lab menu collapse news hog default search.
If you can't figure it out, I'm not
Speech
gonna
mode
lie.
off.
I'm gonna look at the stupid video because this is taking way longer than it needs to for this simple task. This looks good. Oh, I need to update it. There you go. Let's see, do we have a number of hits?
Landmark visited. Breadcrumbs navigate. App menu navigate. Available fields. Region main landmark 13 hits.
13 hits. That's not too bad. All right.
Find
Message.
the table with 28 speech mode
What
off.
do we got? So I see a message that says /media/images/rooms/shell.php. That's our first one that we need to actually use. Oh my god. The control key does something with this and it really, really messes me up. It's very annoying. Anyway. There. Get out. Here we are. So we did get that. We did get the right idea. We were just looking at the wrong logs. So you're not doing what I just showed. You're doing this other thing. Here is the path that we want. /media /images /rooms /shell.php. Now we can actually answer the first question. It's relatively easy. Now we know what to actually be doing. They send us in the weeds with this one. It's kind of annoying, but I'm pretty sure this will work now.
Alert whoop whoop. Your answer is
Oh yeah, we
speech
got
speech
that
mode
one
off.
right. Okay, so what's the other one? Blue. What IP address accessed the web shell? Okay, that should be easy enough to find as well. Where's the client IP? Let's see. Client IP. This is going to take forever, so I'm going to look for it with my little search tool. Client IP. Looks like that might have been... Oh, that's the wrong one. Hang on. Here we are. I have a client IP here. 10.9.254.186. Let's see if that's the correct IP.
2.9.0.1.1z.254.186 selected.
There we go.
Copy the try Acme advent of
Is
answer
the right
format.
IP.
Paste 10.6. Alert O. Your answer is incorrect.
Not the right IP.
Discover.
All right, let's try another one.
Out of list row 4 list with 32 items bytes. 4 L-I-E-N-T-I-E whole 1.
We have
1 select 0 dot 1 dot selected. 8 select 3 select dot selected. 3 select 4 selected.
Dot 34.
Copy the clip. Try Acme at 10.9. 10.6.
Is that
Paste
the right
10.
IP?
Alert whoop whoop. Your
Yes,
answer
it is. All right, there we
speech
go.
mode
So that's
off.
the second question. 10, 11, 83, 34. And the way we did that just now really quickly, so this is what I meant by learning the tools. I have played with Kibana for a bit now in this task and in the previous one, so I kind of know how things are laid out, which gives me a couple of extra superpowers to quickly find what I'm looking for. I know that the IP address that something's coming from is called client IP. So I can put client IP into my screen reader search bar and I quickly get that information really fast. And I also know that message holds the actual stuff that we need to find for the other things. So we found that really quickly. Red, what is the contents of the flag? Okay. So we need to find where the flag even is to start with. And this is a lot more blind friendly, I would assume, because we don't need this stupid thing anymore. We just go here. We need to put our profile picture in somewhere. So we need to find where you can do that. Let's have a look. Account.
Speech. Out of list heading level 1 finds the background out of grouping / greater / content info landmark list with 3 out of list list rooms res about us link account
So
menu
we
collapse
press enter on
sub
the
menu
account thing. Usually
main
that's
landmark
where you would
second
find. Okay, it's not letting me do that. Mouse hover.
main landmark banner land
Huh. Weird.
account no next no objects inside
Yeah.
left click main landmark check and date
Okay. For some reason
link
it's
on list
not
with
letting me
link rooms
click.
link link reservation
account
link
button.
about menu collapsed sub menu account space out of list heading level 1 grab out of grouping / greater / greater content info land link about link rooms out of list heading level 5 list with 1 item link about us out of list heading level main landmark heading level 6 our newsletter.
The account button doesn't work. Let me
New tab, Google
Oh,
Chrome,
is it not
cross-
letting me because I don't have the...
speech mode off.
Let me really quickly just make sure that I do have this added to my host file because I think it might actually be causing issues at the moment. Notepad as an administrator. Good thing that I know exactly what a stupid file is. Hosts. I know you guys cannot see this, but I'm busily working on it. Here we are, hosts. Here it is. Just gonna put it at the bottom. Is this admin? Can I see? I can't see that. Okay, well, screw you too. Need the IP. 10.10.245.
Speed num /8 / 10.10.24.88 selected.
I'm guessing this is
Copy,
just bad
speech mode off.
JavaScript. It's probably supposed to like load something in, but because the host name isn't matching, it's not letting me do it. So I'll just really quickly put this frostypines.thm. Oh, it's in capitals. Let's turn that off. There. Frostypines.thm. There we go. I apparently don't know how to spell frosty. Frosty Pines. Save. I didn't open it as admin. Oh my fucking god. Hang on. Let's see, where is it putting it? Is it putting it in the right place? Yes. So if I were to do this now, it would work, but I don't think I'm admin. Let's find out.
Speech file name combo box save as dialog C Windows System 32 drivers at coast.txt. You don't have permission to save in this. Save as dialog file name star O.
Don't you love it when your like computer decides what you want, like,
10
and then just doesn't let you do what you need to do?
OTEAD plus secure desktop list star new one no. Open dialog paste 10.10 M
Oh,
10.10.24 select C cold back D O W S S E M 32 D R V R backslash E C back A O S E S C Windows System number paste 10.10.2
there. Now it
Frosty
should work.
Pines Resort Frosty.
Let's go to frostypines.thm.
Frostypines.thm 10.10.24.88 number and select
Why isn't that
10.10.24.88 number
working?
Frosty Pines Resort Gram out of grouping grammar out of grouping / graders banner landmark list with 5 tool
Can I just go to like slash
number
profile or something like that?
10.10.24.8
Okay,
Frosty
well, that sucks. Slash
toolbar
account.
number A C U T 10.10. Heading left
No,
request
it's just not letting me. Okay, weird.
map navigation
Do I need to like restart my browser before this starts working? Hang on.
star new one notepad Frosty try hack me at red
Hey, look at that echo.
speech mode off
We have it the wrong way around. You read dark box. This can be done. Echo IP frostypines.thm. That's pretty much what I did, unless I made a mistake. Let's do it again. Windows System 32 drivers, etc. Hosts. Yeah, it's right there. 10, 10, 24. Oh, there's a slash at the end. That's why. All right, let's try that again. Frostypines.thm. What? Google. Let's try without the S. There we go. Okay, so
speech banner link room
we got that to work. Let's see if the
link
account
about us.
button works now.
Menu collapse expanded
Yes, it does. Okay, so the problem is you
Speech mode
can
off.
do what I was trying to do in the sense that you have to you can't just go to the IP, but apparently some of the JavaScript just fails when you do that, and you have to actually make an account. Currently, I can log in, sign up, and just go to this account. Right now, I don't
speech
apparently
mode
have to
top
make an
first
account.
name last name edit email edit phone number first date of birth spin delete account by deleting your content list with out of
Where's
list and list
the
out of made list
profile
date first phone edit
picture?
email edit last name first separator link reservations separator visited link account separate heading level 3 account details banner landmark navigation landmark list with 5 items menu collapsed sub menu account
It's not letting me do that. Let's just
expanded
make
link
an
log link
account
sign up
real
Frosty
quick.
Pines Resort document edit 9 heading level 2 sign up edit 903,200,000 link cancel next already have content in already
No
next
idea what that's
edit
for,
some edit
but
name
let's
edit
just
nav link on list
continue.
link reserve link about menu out of list set up your account in
Set
3
up your
simple
account
steps
in 3
phone
simple
number
steps. Phone
separator
number,
personal
we just
info
that, personal
separate
info,
credentials
credentials.
heading level 2 sign up
Okay.
edit some edit name
Some
edit 2000
name.
slash 07 slash
Love
9
it.
back next edit enter your email edit heading level 2 sign up edit enter your email
Enter your
edit as
email,
autocomplete
e
at
at
AILCOM edit
mail.com.
protected enter your password start
Password.
back signal Frosty Pines Resort banner land list with 5 link about menu out of list heading level 1 find the best deals navigation
Okay, are we already logged in?
expanded
Yes, we are. Okay,
signed in as some
beautiful.
name
So
visited link account
it
link
looks
logout
like right now we have an
out
account,
of list
but
heading
there are
level
no more sign-ups.
visited
Let's
link
go to the account. See if
Frosty
we can
Pines
upload a profile
link
picture now.
menu out of list main landmark heading level 3 account to separate visited link account separate link reservation separate first name first last name edit email edit phone the first name date of spins delete account by deleting your content list with out of list heading
Oh, that's weird.
list with 3 items out of list heading name edit last name first name edit first name separate link reservation separator visited link account link
Okay.
reserve Frosty Pot banner link reserve main separator visited link separate visited separate table with 1 column 2 checkout date column 1 column out of list
so
heading level 5 links
it's weird.
try hack
Doesn't matter. I've seen the
Speech mode
URL
off.
for the profile picture, so we're going to look for the profile picture. To navigate to the profile picture page, it's
reservation application. The vulnerability is surrounding the upload of a new profile image. So to exploit it, we navigate to the profile picture page. Instead of a new profile picture, we can upload graphic profile picture of Instead of a new profile, graphic profile in the profile pic directory, the file can then be accessed. 0 matches. Try
Apparently
acne.
it's not going to let me know what that
Profile
URL
the graphic
is.
profile picture
Stupid
uploaded.
annoying.
Record less. Course. Menu. Graphic railway profile pic. Record 4-star. Ors. Menu. Dashboard. Administrator's profile. Trains. Passengers. Employees.
This is a very, very different page. Where is the thing?
Frosty Pine. Link on list with 5 items. Link room. Link reservation. Link about us. Menu collapsed. Submenu. Out of list. Main landmark. Heading level 3. Account details. Banner landmark. Expanded. Signed in as some name. Visited link. Link logout.
Wait, am I not even supposed to do this
Speech
myself? Am
off.
I just supposed to go to the thing? Wait a second here. Has it already been done for me? Is that what you're telling me? Or do I have to find... Okay, so it says images, rooms, shell.php. So I'm guessing what they mean is you have to actually put in a room in that. But what I'm going to do first is try to see if the shell's already there. It's not. Okay, so we have to go and find where we put the picture in. Because it's not a profile picture. They're sending us astray.
Speech mode.
Again?
Link on list with link rooms. Frosty
I think
Pines.
in here you can...
Visit link reservation link about us. Menu collapsed submenus. Out of list heading level 2. Our finest collection of rooms. Premium. 600 premium. List with bed type. Queen capacity. Amenities. Link room out of list. List with 5 items. Link room details.
Room
out of list gold.
details.
7 ocean views. List with bed type. Amenity. Link room out of group content info landmark. Link about. Visited link rooms. Out of list head. List with 1 item. Link about us. Out of list heading level 5. List with 5 items. Link room details.
Room details.
Frosty Pines.
There we go.
Banner land ocean view suite head starts from call 3 bed ocean view swell 5 highly heading level 4 description Laura percent and set link heading level link book now
Book
heading
now.
level 3 reviews users Laura percent you can set users Laura percent and set content info landmark heading level 5 Frosty Pines resorts list with 1 item link about us out of list heading level 5 list with 3 link about link feed out of list / greater Grammarly in mode out of grouping / greater /
yeah, something is still definitely not working quite right.
List with 5 item visited
So
link about menu collapsed submenus out of list previous next heading level 3 ocean views next.
These are the pictures. We can't seem to put any in there. What if we book?
Book now link.
Can we
Frosty
put a
Pines
picture
Resort
as we
busy
book?
navigation list with visit link about menu out of list heading left. Our hotel is safe until check-in. Edit required. Check out. Edit room. Combo box collab adults. Spin edit children. Spin edit and list with 1 out. Continue to payment. Please fill out this field. Frosty.
Weird. How do you...
Banner link on list with 5 items. Link home.
Am I supposed to know that
Visited
you
link
just
room. Link
log
reserve
in
link
as
about
an...
us.
Oh,
Menu collapsed
God.
submenus
I think I know what they want.
Expand. Signed in as some name. Visited link logout. Frosty Pines. Banner landmark list with 5 items. Link home. Visit link about menu collapse. Speech mode
Okay,
off.
so what I think they want us to do is actually log in as admin. Which is interesting. So it says email. So if we look at that table we had in the past, weak credentials, there's one with email. Let's see if that's what they've done here. Let's see.
Speak column out of table at table row 4 row 5 column 1 guest. Row column 1 admin at domain name.
Admin.
Column 2 admin.
With the password
Edge of table.
admin. So let's try admin at frostypines.thm with the password of admin.
Speech visited link reservation link about us. Menu collapsed submenu admin.
We are now admin. Okay, so that's what you're just meant to know from this. That's
out of list heading level 1
an
find.
Interesting difficulty
Speech
spike on day 3. Like this would not be something that would occur to a beginner. I don't think.
Link admin. Visited link account.
Here?
Visited link log out of list head nav link admin.
There's an
Frosty
admin
Pines
button.
Resort doc.
What's that do?
Banner list menu out of link reserve link use out of list May 6. Heading level 2 welcome admin
Welcome
account.
admin account.
6
There
rooms.
you go.
3
6
users.
rooms. 3
0
users.
reservation booked and unbooked rooms. Graphic. All room type. Graphic. Grammar mode. Full mode. Out of all room graphic. Book the reservation 0 users. 3 rooms. 6 heading left banner landmark
here?
navigation landmark list link reservation link add new room link room link
add new. Here you go. Add new room.
Hotel management.
All right.
Main landmark room number spin required editable 200
Room number
Speech
202
mode off.
sounds perfect for me. Room name. Let's see. What do we put? Ocean View Suite. No, we'll do you've been pwned. Maybe change that room number too, because that might already exist. Let's put like room 269 or something like that. Does it go that high? Oh, yes, it does. All right. And then, yeah, that's fine. Gold, whatever. I don't really care. Floor 2. Ocean. What's that? Oh, room view, yeah, ocean, whatever. Room amenities, we'll just put random stuff
Speech
here.
number of edit required ocean view Wi-Fi. Number of beds. Spin
Number
required
of
editable 3.
beds, 3 beds.
Bed type.
Bed
Edit required
type
queen
is
bed. Room
fine.
capacity.
Room
Spin required
capacity
editable 7.
4.
Room price. Spin is the room
price
feature.
is the room
Radio check yes. Radio
feature,
not.
yes.
Room image. Choose
Room
file. No file
image.
chosen.
Here we are. And we're gonna put
Open
shell.php.
I3 view. Floor. Items view. CL. Dot. Oh, choose file.
Oh god dang it. Hang on.
Space. Open the files of type.
All files.
All. Preview. Floor.
Thank
Items
you.
view. ILL.
Shell.php.
Choose file.
Here
No
you
file
go.
chosen. Hotel management document. Choose file. Choose file.
And
Shell
it's
the room
gonna let
image.
us happily do that
Speech
because
mode
this
off.
is not being sanitized, so we're not adding the room. The room has been added. And now the question becomes, can we access the thing now? Images, room, shell.php. It doesn't look like they are divided by rooms, so we can now just go in. rustypines.thm. See, I like this a lot better. This is a lot more fun. Here is... Oh, that didn't work. Let's see why not. Oop. Frosty Pines / oh.
Speech mode talk. FROS. INES.EA/A/.
I'll remove
A
that bit.
slash M/I.
Is it gonna...
Frostipins.thm slash.
No.
Host. Main landmark table with 8 rows.
So I
and
guess we just need to go look at the room details for that room and then
row
we
2
can
no.
do it.
Check in column 8. Check out
Let's
column
see.
9. Check it book price image column featured column 4 feature type column 3 premium. Name column 2 premium. No column 1 303. Row 1 no. Row 3 202. Name column row 4 no column 1 202. Row 5 202. Row 6 202. Row 7
These are all room
edge of table
202.
269.
There it is.
Row 7 actions column 14 link / link. Row 8
Okay.
name call type column 3
Well.
gold. Featured column image column 5. Price column 6 788.000. Book column 7 no. Check in column 8. Check out column 9. Floor column 10 view column
So
11.
of course the thing here is not accessible either.
Cap column 13 set
Wonderful.
actions column 14 link.
So we got 2 actions
Link.
we can do
No
for
next
this.
link.
We'll have to guess which one's which. I'm guessing this
Link.
will be edit.
Hotel management. List with 2 items visited link. No next edit fee menu out of list visited link red link use out of list table
What's that
column
delete?
row 2 fields column 1 room I.D. Details column 213. Row 3 details row 4 detail row 5 details column 2 fields column 1 room type. Row 6 room feature row 7 room book row 8 room floor row 9 room view row 10 room beds row 11 bed type row 12 room capacity row 13 room amenity edge of table room of detail out of tape cancel submit grammar mode full out of table with 13 rows and 2 column row 12 edge of column 1 fields out of table heading level 2 are you sure banner landmark navigation
Oh,
out
see
of
that's
mode
the, I think that's the delete button.
main landmark submit cancel
So we need the
hotel
other
management
one.
main landmark link hotel
We
management
need this one.
main landmark room name edit room type room edit required ocean view Wi-Fi number of bed spin bed type edit required queen bed room amenities room price spin no next edit is the room radio choose file graphic shell.ph edit room Grammarly integration mode out of grouping main landmark edit room graphic shell edit room graphic shell.php shell.php not a link
Can I get
Menus
the
up.
path to
Back
that
all forward all
image?
reload CT
Let's
code
see.
no brief unknown unavailable grip unavailable edit room
So what if
no next edit no next graphic shell.p right menu back all forward all reload save print see save as sprint cast search with open and send create translate block L1 tab quick jav the old read get images view page inspect back alt plus left arrow
Apparently I cannot. I'm missing something.
Edit
What
room.
am I missing?
Grammarly integ mode full is mode out of graphic choose file no file shows graphic shell dot hotel manage grammar out of grouping make speech mode
The
off
funny thing is we're almost there too. Like why isn't it doing what I wanted to do? Let's see. Why isn't it working? Why isn't it doing what I want it to do? So what if I just don't go to that room? I just go to, what's this? Remove the shell.php at the end there. Maybe I missed something there. That whole path isn't there. What? Oh, wait. Am I missing something? Okay, if this isn't what I think it is, then images / rooms. I think we're missing like one thing here. Let me look at that question again. Yeah, we're missing media. That's why this isn't working. I stupid. Oh, that was my email. You don't need to see that. All right, let's move this. We're missing a media thing. That's why this isn't working. Okay, boop. Now will it work? There you are. Okay.
Speech
Now we're
mode
getting
talk.
somewhere.
Edit
This was dumb. This was extremely stupid. Like, well, this is what we do with
Exit.
live people.
Edit.
Anyway, where are we? Well, let's actually have a look. Is there a flag in
Document. Edit.
this?
1.2.jpg. 1.23456.h3
And there's
flag.txt.
the flag.
sh3ll.
Very nice.
Edit.
So now what we need to do is do
cat space g.txt.
cat flag.
Document. Speech mode on. Speech mode off.
And we have the flag, which is THM glitch was here, and the one in the I in glitch is a 1, and the 3s are E's in word here. Okay, so I've pasted that in, and we're done with this test. So it's THM bracket GL1 TCH underscore WAS underscore H3R3 bracket.
Try Acme Advent.
And that finishes this room. If you'd like today's task, you can learn how to harness the power of advanced ELK queries. Correct. Complete, please. Thank you. We're done. This is day 3. We have been doing all the things. It took us a while, but we managed it. All right, guys. I'll see you in the next one, which I will record probably tomorrow because I'm tired. Did OBS crash? I'm going to be very upset if OBS crashed. Where is OBS gone? It's gone. Where did it go? There it is. Okay. I'm going to start recording now. Goodbye.